Hi everybody and welcome to the next video on my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be doing an extensive tour of the famous Blue Mall in Punta Cana. The Blue Mall is the biggest mall we have here in Punta Cana, and it's located actually right across the street from the national supermarket that we did we toured a few videos back on my channel. So we'll be going inside, taking a look at all of the shops, restaurants, and all other businesses that Blue Mall has, just so you guys can get acquainted with all of the options we have here in Punta Cana for you. So let's come inside and check everything out. So guys, we're now located at one of the entrances to the Blue Mall. There are several entrances and this one is the East Gate one. This is the one where you can find Unagui, which is a new Japanese restaurant that opened up, I believe, about 6 to 8 months ago. So it's relatively new to the area. And also we have Desigual, which is a fashion store, clothing store at this entrance. So as soon as we walk in, we're going to be checking out a few places. And right as we walk in, you're going to see Zara Home and Zara Everything, which is pretty much the biggest store we have over here. So let's go and check that out. Guys, before we walk in, I wanted to make a quick mention of the shuttle service information desk, which is right behind me. These are the guys that can help you get your shuttle back to your hotel. And this is also where most of hotels in Punta Cana have shuttles that would drop you off right at Blue Mall. So if you ever need a transportation back to the hotel, these guys are who you would normally ask, and they would assist you with the shuttle back to your hotel. So guys, as soon as we walked in through the East Gate, of course, we were welcomed with Zara Home right next to me. I mean, of course, you all know Zara Home. It's a very familiar store. So all of this strip, literally from the very entrance here all the way down, it's all Zara. So first we have Zara Home, and then behind me we have Zara regular clothing lines, right, for men and women. So they have a huge section for men and the same large section for women as well. We are now located inside one of the Zara stores here in the men's section. I just wanted to make a quick comment here and say that, for example, if you find yourself in a scenario where you're traveling to a cold place, for skiing, for example, like I found myself in recently, in Zara, you can actually find some winter clothes as well. Of course, normally this is during the winter season. So right now, December, January, February is where you can find also winter jackets, sweaters, and everything else you may need for that ski trip. Now we're back to this middle center section of Blue Mall itself. A fun fact here is that, of course, just like most malls, whenever there's a holiday coming up, right, whether it's Christmas, Valentine's, they always put some kind of different displays in the main section of the mall where people can take photos, of course, the Instagrammable spots, right? So they very much do that here every single time. Right now we're recording this video and it is February 12th, if I'm not mistaken. So Valentine's Day is only in 2 days. Of course, that's why you're going to see a lot of the displays right behind me. Still in this middle section, here we're going to find a Dolce Gabbana spot right in the middle. This has been here for quite a long time, and as of recently, if I'm not mistaken, about 2 months ago, they actually opened a real regular Dolce Gabbana store in Blue Mall, which is of course a great addition to the area as well. So now if you keep following me this way, we're going to see that to my left, there's a Hackett. Hackett is a great store. Again, this is mostly for men, though they do have some female options, female clothing as well. But if you really like polos and good quality polos, this is where you will find really, really good men polos. Right next to Hackett London, we have, of course, the famous Nike store. This store, again, also has been here for quite a while, and they have a variety of Nike options you can get here right behind me. And walking down the main strip, right next to Nike is where Dolce & Gabbana is located, the actual store I just mentioned that recently opened up. This is, I believe, the latest addition to Blue Mall. The newest addition is this store of Dolce & Gabbana right next to me, which is absolutely gorgeous, as we're going to see in a moment. And right next to Dolce & Gabbana, we have the famous store of Villebrequin. This is probably a very butchered French pronunciation, but so my French viewers can correct me. But yeah, this is a very, very nice store. It has high-end quality bikinis and swimsuits overall. And right next to the high-end French swimsuit store, whose name I cannot pronounce, is L'Occitane, also probably butchered, but this is a great store for cosmetics, also French. So let's go and take a look at what they have on the interior. So here, for example, this is a very good store for if you want to do a gift, for holidays or for Christmas or such. They have really, really nice products and they're all very high quality cosmetics overall. And they smell very good. So guys, still at this main strip, but we're now actually reaching the exit to the mall, which is the west entrance, west exit. We entered at the east, we're now at the west. This is where I wanted to show you the two restaurants that I really like in Blue Mall. One is also a new, relatively new addition. It's about a year old, I would say. It's called The Market. So here you have a wide range. You can get sushi, pizza, so plenty of options, and they're really, really good. And right next to the market, we have the butcher shop, which is where I also love to go for a very good burger. One of the best burgers in Punta Cana overall. So let's go and take a look first at the market and the menu and to see everything that they have to offer. So still in the area of the restaurant, the market, behind me you will see a bar they have in the center. And it's actually a pretty big restaurant because it has a lot of seating areas. So right next to the bar, all the way down to the entrance to the mall, and even more so around it. So there's a lot of places you can sit. And even so, it does get very crowded here because it's a very popular restaurant. Guys, as I was mentioning, you have a lot of options here. So we do have sushi, salads, soups. Starters are pretty good here as well. Some of them are big enough to be the main course even. Portions here are pretty generous. Sandwiches, pizzas, burgers. It's a pretty wide option menu overall, but everything is delicious. I eat here quite often myself. Leaving the area of the market, and now we're arriving to the butcher shop. One of my favorite restaurants here, and shops also. They do have a shop where you can get excellent steak, even fish products, so there are a lot of different options. But for one of the best burgers in the area, you should definitely try the butcher shop burgers. They're exquisite. This is the menu of the restaurant that's located right in front of the butcher shop, for part of the butcher shop called Eatery. Essentially here, of course, the menu is not as huge, not as big as the one in the market, but they do have delicious options. And of course, the meat here is amazing. If you're a steak lover yourself, such as myself, you can definitely find a lot of amazing steak here. I just realized they actually have Dominican breakfast as well with mango. So that's definitely something you have to try if you come to the Dominican Republic. This is the #1 thing you have to try. And of course, anything from here is going to be amazing, starting from the steak all the way to their burgers. Let's go inside to check out the butcher shop and what you can get inside of it. Inside the butcher shop, you can get a wide range of products, of course, starting from the meat itself, steak, and all kinds of steak you can imagine. They also have some potato chips, breads, healthy snacks. There's really a lot of things you can get. So it's not just steak, as the name, of course, would have you believe, but also oils and really a lot of products you can get here, and all very high quality products. I just realized that they're now offering the service of catering for boats and yachts. So, for example, if you rent a boat, you can get the butcher shop staff to cater for you to get a sushi bar, barbecue and grill, and all the options. So that's pretty nice. That's a very nice addition to their services. Guys, we're now located in my favorite section of the butcher shop. Of course, is where we can get all this delicious steak they have. Essentially, the one I usually get would be the prime, which is all this right next to me. And essentially here, just so you have a reference, the ribeye per pound is about 1,180 pesos, which in my calculator app that now automatically converts translates to about $19 per pound. for example, for this prime quality steak, ribeye steak. And they, of course, have a lot of other options as well, besides the ribeye, the short rib, etc. So this is something interesting that I'm going to be comparing this meat with the one in Green Village, Cap Cana in the cash and carry, because there you can get more affordable steak and also very, very good quality. But of course, this is very centrally located right in the Blue Mall, right? So it's easily reachable, and you can get a really, really delicious steak here. Coming out of the butcher shop and the restaurant they have, so right next to me in this general strip of the next to the east entrance, there's a lot of interesting stores. For example, this one is where you can get a lot of products from Asia, and then of course there's tons of swimsuit stores. So that's kind of the most commonly found store in Blue Mall. Would be, of course, to find bikini, swimsuits, and everything related to the beach, right? Beach clothing as well. So that is the most common thing here for sure. Also, something I wanted to mention that is very important, that Blue Mall is completely pet friendly. So yes, you can bring your dog here, anywhere, restaurants, and just walk around with your dog. It is completely permitted to do so. And a quick mention of the store that's located right behind me, called Pina Supply. So here you can get a lot of very high quality products for your hair. So anything that you cannot normally find in the supermarket, like regular shampoos, you know, the typical brands, here you can get a lot of these high-end brands. For example, Kerastase, also Moroccan oil, and all those products are really, really good. And you can find them right here in Pina Supply. And guys, probably the most famous ice cream of Punta Cana is Valentino. It is absolutely delicious, very sweet. But if you're into ice cream, this is the spot you should check out in Blue Mall. It's located in one of the hallways of Blue Mall, so in the middle section, right next to Billabong and Quicksilver. Again, more swimsuit stores, but of course you can find it right here, and it's delicious. You should definitely try Valentino ice cream. And guys, right next to the Valentino ice cream shop, here we have One Click. One Click is the official authorized reseller of Apple products. So you can, of course, get your Apple products and gadgets right here. You can buy them. But what we most commonly do here is we have, for example, if we have a problem with the iPhone or MacBook and we need it to be repaired, you would take it to One Click. As of course, they are authorized resellers, so they do have the necessary staff to check and diagnose your devices. It's very important to mention that if you guys, for example, have Apple products that are still under the Apple warranty and you have Apple Care, you can bring your devices here and they would fix it for you under the Apple warranty, right? So you wouldn't have to pay a surcharge for that. So it's very relevant. If something happens to you on vacation here, you can always come to One Click and they will take care of it if you have Apple Care, of course. Walking down the same strip from the ice cream shop, Valentino. Of course, here behind me, we still have some more displays of love, of course, because Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And here, a very important shop called Amorossa. They do beautiful flower arrangements, of course, for your wife. For example, you can have her receive an amazing gift with a beautiful flower arrangement from Amorossa. They're really the best in the business. For any gifts, any occasions, this is the store you should go to. Finishing up this trip, here we actually have a very important store as well called Santo Domingo Cafe. So for a quick coffee break, this is the spot where you can sit down and have some of that authentic Dominican coffee, which is Santo Domingo Cafe. Very, very popular, something you should definitely try when you come here, Santo Domingo Cafe. Next to it, we have El Catador, which is a great store for any alcohol you may need. So they have a lot of good wines, tequila, rums, a huge range of options in El Catador. There's another store in Punta Cana Village, similar to that again, where you can get really, really good products. But this is very convenient, as of course it's right in Blue Mall. Walking down this strip, continuing down this road, we have a great spot. For example, if you come here with children, you can have them play right here in this playground. This is always packed with families, usually with kids playing in this very section here. And of course, the reason there's no kids right now is because it's closed. It opens Monday to Friday from 2 to 8 p.m. Right, so right now it's about 1 p.m. still. So in about an hour and something, we're going to see this place all lit up and of course packed with children. Throughout the Blue Mall, you will find quite a few beautiful jewelry stores. So I just wanted to mention this one quickly, which is called Late Lola. They have really nice local jewelry, and they have quite a few with the inclusion of the Dominican precious stone, which is Larimar. So they have really beautiful jewelry with Larimar. If you come here on vacation, and for example, you're at the beach, not inside of Cap Cana, but outside in, of course, hotels and all-inclusives, you will likely have people trying to sell you Larimar, and this is that exact stone you will see right here. So it's very beautiful. And of course, this is more nicely done, of course, than compared to beach vendors. So guys, if you recall from the beginning of the video that I was located at the West Gate, so as soon as you walk in the West Gate to the left, all the way down, essentially is where we have these essential services, stores for essential services, such as Claro, for example, which is the mobile carrier network provider. We have Claro, we have Altice as well to my right. And of course, we have one bank here, which is Banco Popular. It's probably the largest and the most commonly used bank here in the Dominican Republic by a lot of locals, of course. It's important to mention that in Cap Cana, if you're coming to Cap Cana, you want to buy a local SIM card, definitely get Claro because it has a much better coverage compared to Altice, which is the second largest network provider here. So definitely go to Claro and get yourself a disposable SIM card that they will happily give to you. And at the end of this hallway is where you'll find the Carol Pharmacy. It's one of the largest pharmacy chains in the Dominican Republic. This pharmacy is very well stacked usually, and it also has a drive-through option, so you can use the drive-through and buy products, also using your local insurance as well, of course through the window, so you do not have to stop, park, and go inside of the mall itself. Right next to Claro is where we have also a relatively new addition. I think it's about a year and a half old now, this place right here, which is called Brighter Smiles by Dr. Gonzaga Tavares. I've seen this on Instagram very frequently. He's a very popular doctor, dentist, who does amazing porcelain veneers and overall any work you need done. And actually a lot of foreigners travel to the DR just to get with this doctor and have their teeth done by Dr. Gonzaga Tavares. So also this is located right inside of the Blue Mall. And guys, we're now located at a restaurant from the beginning of the video called Unagui. So again, a relatively new addition to the Blue Mall, but it has had great success really because the food is really good. I've had eaten myself here a couple of times, and it's a Japanese restaurant. The chefs are really good. I wanted to show you the menu quickly. So they have a variety of options here, so you can get. It's a pretty big menu, honestly, but I've had quite a few items from here, and they were all really good. So this is the Unagi menu. So they have quite a few options from sashimis, nigiris, and riceless rolls. Different tuna grades as well. The sushi here is very good. I typically go for that. They also have vegetarian rolls. And a lot of actually platos calientes, so main dishes, that are also pretty well sized. So we're almost finished with the interior of the mall. We're just reaching now the end of this section here. Right next to Zara, in front of Zara, we have a new store that recently opened up. I think this doesn't even have a month now that it's open. It's called Laguardia Habitat, and here you actually have a lot of finishes for your home that you can get. So very nice finishes from what I can tell from the outside at least. This is a brand new store you can find inside of the Blue Mall. Now continuing this way, right next to Laguardia Habitat, we have UniFri, which is essentially a place where you can get air conditioning, right? So there's a lot of air conditioning options. And from what I can tell, also some home appliances such as a cooler, a fridge, and other shops as well. Continuing down this area, right here we have Banreservas. So in Blue Mall, we have two banks in total, the largest and the most commonly used banks in the DR, which are the ones we just saw, which is Popular, Banco Popular Dominicano. And here we have Banreservas or Banco de Reservas. Both places, of course, have various ATM machines. Usually this one does not get too crowded, so sometimes it can be a better choice compared to the other one, which is in the Punta Cana village area. At the end of this area, we have a very large store called Aliss. Now inside of Aliss, there's so many things, so I would literally have to make a whole new video recording just this store. So guys, if you do want a detailed review of any other store, of any of the ones we've seen today in the video, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure I record a detailed overview for you with the prices and analysis and overview as well. As for Aliss itself, here you have a lot of furniture options for your home. So you have outdoor furniture, indoor furniture, but besides furniture, there's also a whole section with perfumes, cosmetics, hair products, even clothes. So and you can get toys as well. So it's a huge store and you really have a lot of options you can get here. And we have reached Marmotech, which is a very, very good company, very reputable because they have a wide variety of finishes for your home. So for example, they have very good Corallina stone, which I talked about in a couple of videos, because you can see Corallina pretty much throughout the whole Punta Cana, which is a natural stone produced locally. And besides that, of course, they have various finishes, various floors, kitchens even. They are a high-end store, high-end products, so they are a bit more pricey compared to, for example, Almacenes Unidos and other stores, but they have really, really beautiful products. So it's something to check out for sure. So now we left this area, which is where Marmotech is located, and we are no longer in the AC controlled area. So right here in the open, this is the food court of Blue Mall. So here you have a variety of restaurants again. Some of these are pretty new to the area. For example, behind we have Pizza Hut, which has been here for a while, and then we have Artigiano restaurant and bar, which is new. Then there's a sushi place. So I'll show all of these in a separate occasion, but there's a lot of places you can have a meal here in the food court of Blue Mall. And a quick mention that here in the Blue Mall itself, you can find the Body Shop Studio. This is, in my opinion at least, the prettiest chain of gyms in the Dominican Republic. This is where I personally go and work out. In another occasion, I'm going to record a bit more of the interior itself, but I'll give you a quick preview in this video as well, just so you can see. It's actually located on 2 stories. They have a lot of group classes and of course options as well. If you don't want to do group classes, you can just buy a membership and go whenever you want to. And guys, we're now standing in front of the restaurant SBG, which is for sure one of the most famous and well-known restaurants in the country. SBG is a chain of restaurants that it also exists in Santo Domingo, of course, in La Romana and Casa de Campo. There's a lot of, and they always, a lot of places they have these restaurants, and of course they always choose these premium places, spots, of course, which with a lot of traffic. This is a very, very delicious restaurant. Everything you get here is good. I love going here myself for some special occasions as well, because the food is really, really exquisite. And they also have a beautiful section I'm gonna show now, which is a street that kind of demonstrates the Dominican neighborhood with a bus you can walk through, and of course, very, very Instagrammable spot. So actually walking right out of the restaurant, you can find yourself in this bus, which is kind of again a representation of the typical Dominican bus, and this whole street represents the Dominican neighborhood. So it's really, really nicely done, and again a beautiful spot to take pictures if you're here on vacation. You will see next to me, this is how they typically do Dominican stores, of course, everything is, hand printed, handwritten. Your typical a hair salon. And of course, walking down this road, you have a lot of other typical stores, such as this one, which is a colmado. A colmado is a very, very common in the Dominican store where it's like a supermarket, but a very basic version of it. It's called a colmado here. And right in front of Blue Mall, we're actually now located in front of Starbucks. So again, this is also relatively new. I think now it has about a year and a half that it has existed in this location. It's a perfect addition to the area, of course. Everybody loves Starbucks. They also have a drive-through as well. So it's the first drive-through Starbucks that we have here, and hopefully the first of many. And guys, last but not least, I wanted to show this place right here, also located right in front of Blue Mall, which is called the AutoSpa. So it's a great car wash, car detailing place. It's pretty much the best one we have in Punta Cana that I always take my car to as well. So they do a simple wash, of course, but they also do the deep clean of your car. And they do a really good job typically. So this is located again right in front of Blue Mall, and you have a lot of options that you can do detailing, or they even do the ceramic wrap on your car. A lot of really nice things you can do here. So when you guys leave your cars to get washed, there's a place here, the seating area where you can sit. They also have coffee available, so you can have a coffee while your car gets washed. Or what I usually do, I leave my car here, walk to Blue Mall, and have lunch at the market or butcher shop or anywhere else inside. And it's actually a perfect timing because by the time you're done, your car is done as well. And guys, we have reached the end of our Blue Mall tour video. I hope it was helpful and that you got to learn of the existence of a lot of stores that you perhaps did not know existed here in Punta Cana. If you would like to see something in more detail, any store that you would like to see in more detail, or anything else in Punta Cana, feel free to let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to record that for you guys. Again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you would like to see more of videos of Punta Cana overall. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.